Ahoy there, Captain Benzie here, coming at you with another episode of Hard to Port, the series where I take a look at different Android ports of various classic video games and tell you whether or not I think they made that jump well, or whether they were apparently hard to port. Yeah, it's a terrible pun and it doesn't get better any time I say it, but hey, there we go, that's what we're rolling with here. If you do enjoy this video, let me know by hitting a like on it and consider subscribing to the channel for all things mobile gaming and plenty more of this hard to port series. Let me know what content you'd like to see in future, whether it's another Android port you'd like me to cover or another game entirely. Let me know either in the comment section down below or by coming and finding me on the various different social media channels you'll see along the bottom of your screen now. I do love chatting with you guys. Let me know what you think of the videos, let me know what you think you'd like me to see cover, let me know what you're playing. I love talking mobile gaming. Come find me, let's chat. Anyway, let's jump in today and look at Oddworld New and Tasty. Now, way back in, what, 96, 97, 98, sometime when I was a wee little sprog with my PlayStation 1, there was a game called ABE'S ODDYSEE, and it was pretty groundbreaking at the time. Not because it was a side-scrolling platformer, that existed all over the place, or because it was a particularly gritty side-scrolling platformer. No, again, there had been games like Flashback and that before it, but ABE'S ODDYSEE was different to other games at the time. It had game speak, the ability to actually interact with other people in the game world, other like NPCs in the game world. And the basic premise was on this really, really weird world called, as the name suggests, Oddworld, with these alien-like creatures. You played a guy called Abe trying to save all of his workmates from being turned into the next snack. And it was a massive hit. Spawned an entire series. And then many years later, back in, what, 2015, I think it was, Oddworld ABE'S ODDYSEE, the first game in the series, got a complete remake as New and Tasty. And apparently, it came to mobile, and I missed that completely. So what I'm going to do today is to literally jump in and have a look at New and Tasty, the Android port of New and Tasty. I'm going to go in straight away on normal mode. I'm doing this with the screen controls and the touchscreen controls to let you know how those go. I do also have my Razer Jungle Cat next to me to have a look at those as well, but let's just jump right in and have a little look, and I'll talk about this as we go. So here we got swipe to run, jump to hop on the arrow, use is this one, crouch to stand and jump is swipe up and down, sneak is a button, chant is a button, aim and throw are two buttons, game speak is a menu, and game speak 2 is a menu. Cool, okay. Let's jump right in and have a look. Oh, look, the loading screen is still the same. Awesome. A Mudokan with his lips stitched together. Okay, now, that's impressive. New and Tasty really did up the graphics on the intro. Again, unfortunately, I can't record in-game sound because this is such an epic intro in the PlayStation original and in the New and Tasty update. I actually did a review for New and Tasty on PS4 when it first came out, and basically ripped it apart because the controls, as much as I wanted to love the game, the controls were just absolutely awful with on PS4 at that point in time. I've been told it's been patched, I should go back and try it, but hey, why go back and try the PS4 version when I've got a mobile version, right? Anyway, I do recommend, if nothing else, you have a look at this little intro on YouTube. Find a way to, find it on YouTube. There must be a channel that has this somewhere. I'm going to skip it for now, but it is a brilliant little intro. Well worth your time to look into with the actual sound behind it. But without the sound, let's just jump right in. Skip through this one. Can you skip it? Yes, you can. Here we go. Cool. As I said, the basic premise is that Abe is a slave at a meat processing factory called Rupture Farms. He discovers that profits are down, and his bosses, in order to turn the profits around, are going to turn him and his workers into the next item on the menu. Not a great thing, really. You know, if you go to work one day and you think you're just going to be doing your job, and it turns out that, oh no, actually you're going to be turned into meat. That's not great. Okay, so sliding is the standard move. Slide on the screen to jump and straight up to hoist. There's a button there. Okay. Interesting controls. Going to take a little bit of time to get used to, but at least it's got a little bit of an intro here just to kind of teach you the basics there. Cool. But yeah, it's a really interesting game. I would call it a puzzle platformer. To a certain amount. It's not just about the skills of platforming, although that is definitely part of it. There's also a lot of puzzling going on in this one. As you escape from Rupture Farms, you find out your destiny, and then you come back to save the day. It's actually a really cool story. It's very weird. It's quite grim in places, but that's kind of what you'd expect from a game like this. It's got a lot of very dark humour. but some really good humour behind it as well. And it's a very anti-capitalist message. So anyone who turns around and says, oh, games these days are so political. Yeah, this was a game that was literally like, capitalism is the worst thing ever, and it is destroying our planet, was the message of the Oddworld series. So you know what? It's not exactly a new thing. Do you have to hold that? Yes, you do. Okay, so we hold the sneak to go past the sleeping slig. Sligs are like slugs, but with pants and machine guns. Yeah. Names are unusual in the world of Oddworld. Now, actually, I'll be honest. Controls are not bad for mobile. Like, it's specially designed for mobile, which is nice. It's not just a straight up, hey, here's an on-screen controller. You know, we've designed this game for PS4 and Xbox One, so we're just going to shove a PS4 or Xbox One control layout on the screen and we expect you to do that. No, this is actually designed for mobile with swipes, taps, and all that going on. I like this. No, I'm not going to fall into that trap. We are going to keep sneaking, though. I like sneaking when I don't know what's coming up, simply because I don't want to run into directly into another slig. Okay, so it's just another elevator. We can go back. We can say hi to this guy, which is a slide menu. Hello. Hello. Follow me. Okay. Yeah, this was that's everyone. Follow me. Awesome, there we are. So we can get this, hello, follow me, and get this guy to come along with us. Now we use the elevator, down we go. There we are, help Mudokons escape slavery. When you see a circle of birds, activate the portal by chanting. Press and hold the chant button. There we are, which used to be L2 and R2. There we are. I'll be honest, it's a bit tricky getting used to the whole running, where it's a slight, gentle slide to walk like this, which is important, especially when you need to do pixel-perfect jumps later on in the game. That's going to take a bit of getting used to. But the run, otherwise, the buttons themselves aren't terrible. I quite like the way to talk. The game speak is kind of interesting, and I think actually, if I go to the pause menu, I'm sure I read somewhere. Let's have a look in settings. You can actually change the run to a button. Button to run. Looks like it's just on Gamepad. Darn. Okay, so I'm just going to have to get used to that slide. So that's a slight... What's the word I'm looking for here? Slight disappointment. But at the top right and top left of the screen, you can see that there is a quick load and a quick save function. So I'm going to hit quick save there, just because this seems like a decent enough place to save. We're going to chant and rescue these guys through the portal. There we are, and see what's on this directory. It's probably just going to tell me the map. Yep, there we are. Full map of the Rupture Farms areas. We are. You can see how areas are connected. So there's a doorway here to get some others before the exit at the end. Okay. Cool. Up we go. Yep, these controls are going to take a little bit of getting used to. Are they bad, though? I'm not going to say they're bad. They're not. Right, let's move next to this guy. We can see what I'm going to do here. Don't beat my friend. Down you go, evil slig. That's what happens when you bully my mates. You can chant and possess enemies in ABE'S ODDYSEE. That is one of the key mechanics. But you can't do it where there are those big red machines. You'll see if I try to chant, I'm just going to get zapped by it. That's not fun. Anyway, so let's have a look over this way. We're going to hoist up here. Sneak through, because I can hear what sounds like something sleeping. Oh yeah, look, there's a slig sleeping. So let's talk about the possession and showcase that. Two of them as well, so I'm just going to... Whichever one I possess is going to get shot by the other one, unless I do it first. And these do have their own game speak as well, which mainly gets used in Abe's Exodus, the sequel, but ultimately does get a bit of use in Odyssey as well. Like if you need to get Mudokons to duck so that you can fire through at something else, that sort of thing. Now, of course, there are numerous ways I could kill this slig. I can use the trap here at the top there to drop me down the trapdoor. I could just undo the whole possession and blow myself up in meaty chunks. Or I can just throw myself through the electric gate, and that's the slig out of the way. This is kind of what I mean by it being a puzzle platformer. Like there I need to work out how, the best way to get past that particular slig. And so I do that just by, in this case, numerous different ways, but I went for the possession option and kill him that way. Okay, everyone, follow me. Let's go over this way. get you guys through this portal as well. Yeah. It's worth reading these little signs in the background as well. Sometimes they are just useful little tips. Using unlimited supply of bottle caps. They can even act as useful distractions. Cool, that's a useful tip. Some of those are actually quite funny little things as well, sprinkled throughout the game. There's all kinds, as I said, of some rather dark humour in Abe's Oddysee. It's a very unique world and worth looking into. Okay, so we're getting the hang here of the touchscreen controls. Oh, okay, let's do this bit, because we've got a slig here as well. So I want to see how accurate the touchscreen controls are. For getting past these kind of... Oh, this is going to be a sneak past a slig, isn't it, in the future here? Yep, sneak to steam vents with sneak. Sligs can hear you moving if you're hidden, so be quiet. Keep the sneaking going. Let's move over to this steam vent. There's going to be a slig come past. Here he comes. So stay still. Yee, don't shoot me. Don't shoot me. He goes back that way. We're going to sneak to here. And when this slig goes past again, we take one step, swipe up to vault, and now we can possess him. Ta-da! One slig. Okay. Now, of course, you can, as I said, beat these Mudokons. You can actually shoot the Mudokons as the slig, but if you want the good ending, you do have to rescue all of the Mudokons in the game. And there's, what, 99 of them? So... yeah, just don't kill the Mudokons. You need every single one of them to survive. It is a tough game to fully complete, and I'm hoping there are achievements actually on this, because that makes it even more worthwhile, but let's have a look. There we are. So now we can rescue these guys. After I've rescued these guys, I am going to move across to the controller and see how controller works with this, but I'm actually really quite impressed with how the... oh, no, we need everyone. With how the on-screen controls here are working. This is really, really quite swish. You know, it's... everyone mocks mobile controls, and honestly, understandably, mobile controls can be atrocious. These are not atrocious. These are workable. This is interesting, and I love the fact that it isn't just a stick. It is something that has been designed for mobile. Oh, I can hear a bomb. Yep, there it is. Okay, now this is where... oh, gentle. We're going to sneak because I want the one step at a time thing. Oh, that's not fun. I've got to tap this at the right time. Or that happens. Fortunately, you can see I just got past the checkpoint, and of course I can do the quick save and the full load as well. Okay, scroll down. Do-do. Ting-ting. Do-do. Ding. There we go, and we got it. Okay, so with that done, I'm going to pause this video here, and I'm going to swap across to the Gamepad, and we're going to see how this works with the game. Okay, the Jungle Cat is now connected, so let's have a look at how this works. So D-pad is our talking, stick is left and right, it's a button to run, which is R1, L1 is sneak, both R1, R2 and L2 are chant, don't do anything on their own, quick save is there, that looks like a use, there's our roll button, and there's jump. Cool, okay, we've got everything we need. Now it's just working out which game speaks which. That was easy. All of you, follow me. But we are going to sneak, just in case there happens to be a particularly nasty slig up ahead here. No, I kind of remember where we are now. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to take these guys this way, so they're going to follow me this way, back to where we were before. Off the side here. Let's wait for those birds to come back. And rescue these Mudokons. Okay, so controls, I'm going to be honest. As I said, when I used to write for Senshdo.tv, I will link the article in the description below, I did actually really slate this game for its controls on PS4. Now, simply put, this already feels much, much better. I don't know if that's going to be the same on the PS4 version, if we're going to be looking at, like the controls have been upgraded there as well. But here, definitely, this feels much smoother. And you know what? Let's go grunt, meaty chunks. There we go. Okay, back over this way. See if that was the use button. Yes, it's use. Epic. Rescue this little dude. Through you go. We're doing nicely. Doing well so far. Past all the meat grinders here. Oh boy. Of course, if you were running a factory, why wouldn't it look like this? There we go. Jump across there nicely. That's going to require a running jump. Just get the timing right. Don't embarrass yourself on video now, Benzie. There we go. Didn't embarrass myself. Happy days. We can keep going now. And this is the downstairs bit that we saw earlier on the map. Okay, so we can go down, we can rescue some more Mudokons, or we can keep going right and go towards the end of the level. Okay, so graphically, I've got to say, this game 100% looks amazing. This is at least PS3, Xbox 360 level graphics. I would say PS4 graphics, in honesty. This looks... I'm going to have a look at this side by side against the PS4 version. To me, they look identical, in my head at least. So, beautiful graphically. Very, very pleased with that. Oh, we've got a slig up here. Okay, this is a bit more of a puzzle area. Graphically, 100% pleased with this. Very pleased with this. Music is exactly spot on to how I remember it. So we can't complain there. Sound design is amazing. I love the sneaking sound he's making. Sorry, it's the concentration here. Controls on touchscreen? Yeah. I really like the controls on touchscreen. And I like the controls here on the controller as well. Now I've just got to work out how we actually throw. Is there... I'm gonna have a little look and see under settings if there's a way to change this and have a look. Button to run gamepad, so it's hop gamepad. Nope, doesn't tell me. I'm just gonna have to figure this out without blowing myself... Okay, without blowing myself up. Okay. I found out how to drop. I haven't worked out how we actually throw yet. That in itself could be a problem, but okay. I think ultimately we've hit a point here now where I've shown enough of the game to kind of give my thoughts on how I feel with this. We're gonna grab these. I really wish I knew how to throw these properly. Yeep, yeep. Up, 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 up. Is that a use? Yes, that's a use. We have to use, and then we go up. Use and up. Ah. Okay, I really should have played around with the controller a bit more before just doing this. Ah, there we are. Here is the escape to the Stockyards area. This is where I really need to work out how to throw. Ah, tilt right. Of course, I've got a right-hand stick now, haven't I? And R1 to throw. Or blow yourself up in the process. Either way. Cool, I figured out how to throw now, so we can actually do this section. Now, if you want the good ending, as I said, you are going to have to actually rescue all the Mudokons. You'll see I'm skipping quite a few at this point, so you'd want to go back and do things the other way. But I do just kind of want to get through this quickly and showcase what the Stockyards look at the very least, just because I don't want you guys to think that this game is all looking like the inside of this factory. There's an awful lot to it, and I don't really want to talk about the different areas later in the game. There are so many different areas to this. I don't want to give any form of spoilers, but trust me, there are some incredible areas in this game that just are beautiful and really, really change a... Oh, Craigie, no! Okay, didn't blow myself up. We're okay. We're okay. But it did wake the slig up. That's never good. And it's aim. Aim before firing. Aim before pressing R1. There we go. That should blow him up. Huzzah. So now I drop down. And it's drop and roll, and through to the Stockyards. Again, cool little bit of a video, which I am going to let play out this time, because this one doesn't have the full poetry and stuff going on, and does introduce us to a couple of Oddworld's other creatures. We've seen sligs, now how about scrabs? Yep. Okay, we've got a little bit of slowdown on this. I don't know if that's my phone doing updates in the background, because I haven't put Do Not Disturb on, because I'm an idiot. But again, graphically, that's beautiful. And we can see now we are in the Stockyards area. This is ultimately where I'm going to wrap this video up. I think I've showcased enough. Graphically, sound perfect. The game design looks great. Level design so far is close to what I remember, but redesigned for its own new version. Controller on screen, the touchscreen controls are fantastic. I really like the quality of those, honestly. Oh dear. Oh dear. No, there's a dead Mudokan. Oh well, I'm just going to blow myself up. So ultimately, yeah, I think we have a winner of a game here. This was a fantastic game for me back on the PlayStation. I think this is a great game on mobile. The touchscreen controls are really, really solid. Really liking the controller support here as well. Wholeheartedly, I am going to be working my way through this one. This is just me following, and I've done it again. This is just me following suit with like Symphony of the Night, of looking at old PlayStation classics and seeing what we can do with them going forward. So I might actually do a Let's Play on this one. I have put up a little thing on Twitter saying if you'd be interested in me doing a Let's Play, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, anyway, so thank you ever so much for watching, folks. I do hope you've enjoyed this video. I do think this is a great one to test out and have a little play around with. This was a classic game on the PlayStation 1. 100% worth your time and effort to check out, I think, and this is a great little port of it that actually seems really well designed with mobile in mind. It's not just a straight up and down, oh yeah, by the way, we're just going to, you know, shove an on-screen controller on it. It's got a bit more thought in it than that. And I'd love to see that with Abe's Exodus getting a remake on the way as well, in Oddworld Soulstorm, will there be a mobile port of that too? Well, you know what I've said before. Stay tuned to this channel, and we'll find out, I guess. Anyway, happy sailing, and see you in Oddworld.